Hey everybody, Old Man Alchemist back with another raw and wiggling episode in our playthrough of Swordhaven, Iron Conspiracy. Alright, so the last time we made it to the place, Grainhold, and we need to, in this episode, meet the good people of Grainhold and just start looking around. And we also want to find the inn because that's where that guy. Oh, this might be it right here. Yep, that's an inn. Looks like an inn sign. Yep, that's an inn sign. All right, so what we're gonna go ahead. Oh, well, let's speak to this guy. Pause. Wayfarer, the swamp down the way is mighty treacherous. It almost cost me my life traversing it. Okay, well, he's just a wayfarer then, which is kind of crazy. Why you got a person called Wayfarer? All right. Oh, look at that. That empty bottle is for us to take. There's some provisions in here for us to take. And we don't want to... Wow, that's a nice little thing we got there. We got a whole bunch of wooden crates around here. Are they all just mine, or when I take one, there's nothing in there? There's nothing in there. Nothing in there. There's got to be a crate. That I can use that has all my... here it is, chest. Okay. There's all my stuff. Yowza, yowza, yowza. Okay. I'm happy about that. Now, let's go find the guy who's the antiques dealer. He might be willing to purchase the mysterious statuette if I can find him in Grainhold Village. So, we've got a whole bunch of men here. Let's go ahead and start talking to people. The wiry fellow inclines his head to acknowledge you. His voice bears an unfamiliar accent. Hello, is Zere? Something I can help you with? Yes, what can you tell me about this place? I don't know much about the local politics or customs. I advise you to speak with the people who actually live here. Could you introduce yourself so I know who I'm talking to? Please call me Mostrom Fay Mainfin. And what is your name? My name is Old Man Alchemist. Now we know each other's names. How ze say in my country, tis fitaz. Okay, by your accent, I'm guessing you're not from around here. Like my pigments and dyes, I come from all over the place. Pigments and dyes? Where do you get those? The white is best purchased from farms where they burn a lot of animal bones. Grasses like woad and green weed grow almost everywhere, but only the eastern folks bother to collect and prepare them in bulk. For some of my wares, I even had to negotiate with a shipping company in Swordhaven, but that was for the strongest, most eye-popping blood red you've ever seen. Totally worth it. Budakaid adds his 5 dinars. I thought red dye came from matter. It grows all over the world. Indeed, matter is the way to go unless you are in the market for something potent beyond compare. This other dye, how you say, spits on matter. What sort of dye is that? Cochineal. It does not come from a plant, lichen, nut, or bark, but rather a bug that lives in the southern isles. The locals gather it in vats, then they crush it, and what comes out but there is no way to show you. I lost my very last tube of the pigments on the road, perhaps even in this very hamlet. I did not realize it until I unloaded my goods for my stay. Okay. It sounds like you definitely know your craft. Nod with thoughtful expression. Okay. As for where I am from, I come from the Serene Republic of Zune Fair, known for its rosy-cheeked milk maidens and men of entrepreneurial talents. The party is okay. How did you get all the way here? The road called to me, then my empty coffers and my father's expectation joined in chorus. I answered, and I haven't looked back since. Okay. I guess that's it. Let's talk to this fellow. This nattily dressed and armed man cradles a stein of some foul-smelling liquor. Hi. Hello. What? His eyes flickered upward. Did something happen? Shrug and say nothing. Excuse me. Glances quickly around the tavern. You were saying? Yes. What are you drinking? Rundle cracker. A most disagreeable beverage, but it gets the job done. Okay. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Yeah, sure. Whom do I have the pleasure of meeting? I am Sir Zelka of House Falconer, lieutenant in the Patrician Guard. If you're a lieutenant, where are your troops? We have a camp west of town by the river, but I need to get away from the men sometimes and gather my thoughts. Burden of command and all that. I see. Another thing. What's your business? Heard any rumors? I heard tell of an unsavory character named Bloodclaw. A citizen who managed to escape his clutches said his men prefer to target lone travelers out on the road. But neither the Patrician Guard nor the local authorities were able to catch them. All right, so what's your business in Grainhold? My only business is ensuring that Swordhaven's laws are strictly enforced, scratches his head, but here in Grainhold, we're patrolling the river. But my son, slavers and bandits roam and reeve unchecked in these parts. We're doing the best we can. Hick, don't worry, every one of those ne'er-do-wells will get their comeuppance. I see, now let's change the subject. I have to be going, but perhaps we'll speak again. Okay. We've got another fellow over here to talk to. Okay, the man before you fidgets and squirms uncomfortably, his eyes constantly darting about. What a shady character. Hi there. Huh? Still his wondering eye. Stills his wondering eye to look at you. Do I know you? Okay, so hey, I never turn down free booze. Shall pour some ale for the fine gentleman over here. It's on me, 5 dinars. The innkeeper brings a jug of ale to the table and you sit down opposite your new acquaintance. Raises a tankard and a toast. Drink ale. Well, I don't want to get drunk. After a long and powerful belch, the ale here is shite. Wipes off his foamy mustache. If it weren't for my work, I'd skip Grainhold on the next ferry. What are you doing here? Well, there's no reason to hide it. I'm looking for artifacts. Nothing illegal or magical. I'm talking about the unusual. There are moneyed, glances around the table. There's a moneyed foreigner in the Swordhaven who pays good coin for all kinds of weird junk. And what's this foreigner's name? Success. They call him Grainhold the Enlightened. He's thinking of collecting useless dross, and who am I to judge, especially if he's paying real imperial dinars? Well, why would I want to sell it to this guy when I can sell it to Grainhold? Because that's who he's going to sell it to. Swirls the ale in a mug. That's why I'm here. Grainhold is a hub for smugglers, you know, ever since Horsefish Anchorage was lost. Pushes the mug aside. But the local artifact runners only have crystals, humming orbs, crap like that. Against Grainhold isn't interested in that sort of thing anymore. No, I'm going to Swordhaven, and I'm going to meet Grainhold. I think that's the guy I got to give what's-his-face's amulet to. If not, then, you know, I'll come back and talk to him. He ain't going anywhere. Is there anything else you can share about him? No, I don't poke my nose into his affairs. What if he's a necromancer? Or worse, safer not to know. Oh, come on. I don't want to show him. Motherfucker. Well. He turns the figurine over in his hands a couple of times. Interesting. Did you know this thing is cursed? How is it cursed? Carrying it for any length of time will give you an incurable disease, blood lethargy. First you feel unusually tired, then fatigue turns to exhaustion, and one night you will go to your rest and never rise. Cross your arms. Give it to me. I know a fellow who will see that it is safely destroyed. Intellect. Anyone who's left the farm could see that this huckster is trying to swindle you. Yeah. What a pile of manure. I might as well keep it. Slow down, bud. I was only joking. Winces as if he just downed a whole bottle of verjuice. I'll buy it from you. How does 50... Man, go suck my balls. I'm certainly willing to make a trade, but to suggest that I'll sell this singular artifact for 50... I'd like to ask you a few questions. Never mind, I gotta go. Okay. Antiques dealer. Now, aren't I? Yeah, Grainhold the Enlightened. So I have to go to Grainhold anyway. Why am I going to sell it to this guy? That doesn't make any kind of damn sense. I'm sorry. Where's your pot at, dude? I think it was... Isn't this a stove? Don't you have a stove here?
Uh-huh.
No, you don't have anything for cooking here. What, maybe this? No. Yikes. Well, we definitely have to find the herbalist. Innkeeper, the woman before you radiates a hearty, no-nonsense attitude. Yet the laugh lines on her sun-beaten face hint at an underlying warmth. Well met, stranger. Don't tell me. You must be here for a sip of my world-famous Rundle cracker. Oh God, no, lady. Not the way everybody else has been talking about it. My child, can a priest on a holy pilgrimage expect a discount at this establishment? What is Rundle cracker? You probably know it by one of its older names. How about Gums Burner? Ever heard that one? The Gut Melter? No? Gee, anyway, it's a brew of my own invention. Think of Smakova mixed with that stuff folks used to clean rust off iron. Oh my God. Shall I pour you a mug for $1 dinar? Well, why is it called Rundle cracker? The name came to me just as I was sealing up my latest barrel of the stuff. It's so strong, it eats right through the wood. That, or I hammered the lid too hard. I'm all out of rundlets at the moment, but telling the story one way makes me look like a clodhopper, while the other gets me all the rough fella's trade. It's known all over this part of the country. So you're in the market for new rundlet, then? I suppose I am. Why, you got one on you? No, I'm just asking. Let me try some of your specialty. I know. And I'm not in the mood for a drink right now. Okay. I'm interested in renting a room. No. Oh, let me see your wares. What do you got? You hungry? Da-da. And of course what is this, candy? Moth bait. Right click for details. Moth larva wrapped in colorful string. Good Lord, quite a delicacy among the fish of Nova Dracona. Oh, honey, okay. What is this? Restores through to 9 health, removes confusion. Jesus, that stuff is expensive. Let's just see, what does one cost? 97. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. And I'm not interested in renting a room. I wanted to ask a couple of questions. My gossip and hearsay that venturing fellow's bread and butter. What's your name? Videlza, tavern keeper, mother of the fabled Rundle cracker, and proud parent of an actual child as well, okay? What can you tell me about Grainhold? Videlzi? It's a sweet little hamlet, you know how it goes. Folk come for the ferry, but stay for the Rundle cracking goodness. Okay, she is pushing that hooch. You're an innkeeper, got any news to share? The village is abuzz about a recent, very mysterious murder. Some folks think the killer is a demon. All right, anything else? Now, you didn't hear this from me, but folks have been claiming our miller is a fence and a friend of the Night Army. Can't speak to the truth of that, but he does mostly keep to himself. You don't say. Any other gossip for me? Our bailiff and his merry men do their best to protect the village from raiders and monsters, but there's one gang that's been a real jab in the eye lately. Gives you a significant look. There was even talk of the bailiff hiring a freelancer to track them down. That's so. Okay. Uh-huh. You should talk to him if you're interested. Very well. Do you have any more news to share? More and more people are worried about the convict hunters working for the Balta mines. Apparently, these scofflaws have been ambushing innocent travelers and selling them to the mines as slaves. I can attest to that. Anything else? I heard tell of a supposed prophet who recently came down from the western mountains. He speaks of a great city where all kinds of folks live in harmony without masters or strife. It's all humbug, of course, but it is a wonderful idea. Huh? Any more news? There are rumors that the northern nobles are planning to attack the city, but with what army? A couple of drunken knights and a bunch of serfs with spears? Ha! Swordhaven has the patrician guards and the gold to hire professional mercenaries. Interesting. What else? Man, she is a font of information. A flock of flying leeches has been causing quite the fracas around Swordhaven. They bite like they're any other leeches, but their venom gives you ghastly visions. Man, maybe I should just say thank you and go. That doesn't sound good. Tell me something else. There's a legend about a talking sword, once the property of Emperor Kenan himself, hidden somewhere near the village. The blade was said to be so foul-mouthed that the emperor ordered it buried in Nova Dracona, far from the tender ears of imperial citizens. All right. Anything else you can tell me? I heard tell that before we arrived, the barbarians used to use square wheels on their carts, and had never worn clothing. We gave them everything, yet they repaid us with cruelty and wars. Yeah, sure. Any recent news? Believe it or not, my friend's sister-in-law's husband saw the dragon himself gliding across the evening sky. This was just recently. Here's hoping he's not about to judge us with his cleansing flames or anything like that. I've got too much to do. Agreed, but returning to the village gossip. Aside from everything else, recent scuttlebutt is indeed grim. Wise men are predicting a plague and wise women foretell a famine. Plague I can live with and famine too, but both at the same time? Shh. Shush indeed. Anything? Okay, this is it. After our old headman died, Father Valdis, the village Wadecott, took his place temporarily. And let me tell you, he's in no hurry to give up the position. Oh, really? What else is new? Those nasty flea flies are attacking our hives. I need a suit of leather armor just to collect my honey. We really ought to get some poison, but what if it kills the normal bees too? Problems. Interesting. What else? A bunch of giant spiders came down from the mountains and made themselves a den near the village. Be very careful if you're traveling alone. Those cert spawn are ferocious. Anything else you can tell me? That's about it, actually, but I'm glad to repeat it if I was going too fast for you. But I'd be glad to repeat it if I was going too fast for you. Nope, I think that's it. I see. Let's see. Okay. Actually, I think that's it. And, okay, I didn't get any damn pins after listening to all that. And here's this guy. I don't know who he is. Okay, Strizel the minstrel. Strads the minstrel. Oh, this mofo. The slender man looks you over. My lyre's siren song lures all. From the flamboyant to the drawl, what brings you to Strad's abode? What can you tell me about this place? What is there to say? Villages like Grainhold are common as fleas on a grass pig in these wildlands. Most inhabitants, and I don't mean to sound unmannerly, are rustic Jeganese, guileless and ignorant as children. Use Mr. Mouth and Tongue. Traits I find to be adorable, by the way. I see, and I also see that you play the lyre. A liar is a liar. Frankly, I find it offensive you would even ask. No offense intended. I'm genuinely interested in your talent. He beams at your words. Then know that I am the one who made this wondrous instrument. My mistress lyre, famous throughout Nova Dracona. Don't comment. Quickly sliding a lyre from under the bedstrad, improvises a sweet, albeit fleeting melody. There's enough to feed oneself. However, if you know a few, shall we say, useful tricks, you can lead a leisurely lifestyle. Winks at you. But ultimately, the music is my main motivation, as it should be yours. I see. Thoughtfully stroke your chin. Lean closer. Some even believe my chords and lyrics have the ability to bewitch. Steps back with a guileful grin. I can neither confirm nor deny such things. I wonder if I can get him to join my party. And he can tame the savage beast as we beat them. And you won't confirm or deny it for me either. A good magician keeps his secrets as a miser hoards his coin. You don't say. Bow, excuse me, I must go. Well, I guess I can't. Okay, so we have met everyone in here. Let's go out here. We still have quite a bit of exploring of Grainhold itself. Yeah. Well, we know we're inside the city here. Let's see if we can get the...
Fine, I'll do it.
The outline. Yeah, okay. Last time, there was stuff around here. In the other city. So this is going to give us kind of
something.
Okay, you said you found something suspicious mound.
I need a shovel.
Okay, you don't have a shovel. Of course, finding shovels. I don't know, can you make a shovel yourself? That would be nice if you could actually make a shovel. But this might allow us to actually walk the entire circumference of this thing. This is nice, okay. Yeah. And there's something down there, but we're not going there right now. We're just trying to... And let's go ahead and save. We don't want to do something stupid and wind up having to redo all that communication and talking and stuff. Oh, there's a spider. Let's see. Wow, this is a big, big place. But I think, no, that's a road over there. All right, well, let's kill him. Oh, here comes the mama. Might as well go shaka-laka-laka on him. Ooh, yeah, that's right. Ah. That's it, man. That's spider meat. Go on. Yeah. Okay, you can't do anything. Oh, here comes. Oh, shot. this isn't going to be nice. I'm glad I saved. I hope another one doesn't come out. Ooh, that was painful. Kill him. Kill him.
Little pain won't stop me.
Hit him. Hit him one more time.
Time to hunt.
Okay. At least he's going. Damn.
That can last.
Well, I think we can beat these guys. Oh, I do have healing balm. Shaka-laka-laka on him. That hurt. And alright, you got yourself a little bit of healing. Let's concentrate on the guy.
Down.
Oh, shoot.
Everything's so dark.
He's hurt. Okay, he's down.
You down.
Come on. Okay, he's dead. This looks like it's going to be me and this guy. He's going to get a couple of whacks on him. Hopefully we can do a shaka-laka-laka. Good. You and me, Spider. Oh, yeah, that hurt, didn't it, bitch? Got some more. Guess not. You two are wounded. We definitely want to go back
Forget about it.
into the...
Gonna see what's out there.
we gotta get into town. Sell some stuff. Get ourselves a little more healthier. There's a child. Let's talk to this person. There's all kinds of rotten people lurking near our town. I hope you're not one of them. We used to have a whole row of bandit skulls on top of our palisade, but then some jerk nicked them all. Mom says it was Cowler the Bone Thief. Alright, well, Cowler the Bone Thief shouldn't be doing shit like that. Let's talk to her. You must be very brave to travel. My uncle was robbed once, not far from the village. At least the thieves let him keep his unmentionables and, well, didn't kill him. Okay. This snazzily dressed peasant is twirling one end of his expertly trimmed mustache. His brow furrows as you approach. Ahem, salutations. What can Korat the Wealthy do for you? So you call yourself Korat the Wealthy. Okay. Attention. He doesn't seem very enthusiastic about offering his services. Probably because it's just a common greeting. In fact, you sensed he'd be more than happy if you left his property. The Wealthy, an unwise declaration. The real question is, what can I do for you? You see, Korat, I'm looking for work. That's tough lucker for you. I ain't hiring. Then let me ask you about... Perhaps you know someone who is? There's plenty of folks in the village who'd appreciate someone chopping wood for them or pulling out weeds, but not me. I keep my farm in order. Even bought some peasant poison last I was in Swordhaven to take care of the daggerfangs and crows. Let me ask a couple of questions about the village. I'm hardly the fellow to ask. Why don't you go find one of the village gossips? Always seems to be plenty of them around. Okay, you are not a happy camper. But you know what? That's what I need to have on. Yeah, we'll take the broom. And we'll take the picnic basket. And I got to give some stuff to my compatriots.
It's locked.
Okay.
This thing's impossible.
I definitely have to get more lock-picking skill. Did I talk to all those kids? Where am I? Yeah, there's somebody up over here I haven't talked to. Let's just make sure we look around here. We haven't been in their house either, so I think we should do that. Because the door's open and, oh, there's the missus.
Nice.
Let's say hi. Peasant woman, a homely blonde... She's not homely. A homely blonde woman is busily sweeping the floor. Though to you the entire house looks immaculate, where does all the darn dust even come from? Spots you. Oh, hello. I hope you wiped your feet. This place is scrubbed cleaner than a temple altar before a dragon mass. I used to see this filthy barn the same way until I was enlightened by the prophecy of Pittacus the Wise. Prophecy? It all happened when I stepped on his hand one day while walking home from the market. He was sleeping in the middle of the road, you see, dirty as the track itself and blackout drunk. The revelation took took the form of a riddle, which he believed so important to my future that he asked an entire basket of turnips as payment. Shakes her head. Once I solved it, I realized just how fragile my home life truly was. What was the riddle? How does it go? Right. Pay attention. Gossips crave me, yes, except when I'm found, I'm rarely kept. I stay with you forevermore, but share me and I'm out the door. And how did that rhyme inspire you to such a vigorous, sweeping regimen? What's not to get? The answer to the riddle is husband. Of course, the dragon sent me a warning through Pitygus' unclean mouth that no good Nick is going to leave me for some new flame. Huh? So I now clean the house constantly because dust gives him the sneezies. Where else is that old slapper going to find a house this clean? I tell you, nowhere. That's where. Okay, that's one way to think about it. Do you have any other reason to suspect him? Last year, a pair of traveling Bardises pounded on our door in the middle of the night, begging for help with a broken cartwheel. So fool that I am, I sent my husband to help. I should have known the instant he returned. His cheeks were red as roses when he finished helping those two trollops. Hey, he got paid for his duties, and I hope he did his duty well. And what does that have to do with the riddle, prophecy, or whatever it was Pitygus told you? Well, I'm an incurable gossip. There's no point in denying it, and I wanted to get married. That explains the gossips crave me part. Then when sending my husband to help those two road harpies, like sharing him, sort of. That leaves the last part where my dear husband goes out the door. Her shoulders drop with the conclusion. Okay, your husband was roused from bed in the middle of the night to repair a cartwheel out on the road. Perhaps that's why he was red in the face instead of, I suppose that's possible, but anyway, who's this Pitygus fellow? You must have just missed him. He's a traveling sage, a holy man and preacher of the dragon's truth, a living saint of great renown, a vagabond of considerable infamy, a piss-soaked drunk and sodden son of a... You get the idea. I'd like to take a stab at this riddle. Yawn. Okay, I wanted to ask a couple of questions. No, I have too much work to do. At least tell me your name. Shrug and walk away. I guess I better ask her about a riddle then. I wanted to ask... No, I have too much... Okay. I'm gonna have to... I should have, I guess, took a stab at the riddle. Oh well. Where are we? We are up over here, so let's finish doing a circumference inside of here. Okay, here's the bailiff. Damn. Ring a ring of roses, a pocket full of poses. A tissue, we all fall down. Okay. Talk to her. Now talk to him. The man before you is stern of countenance, gray-haired and neatly dressed. A light breeze ruffles the tips of his impressive mustache as he turns a penetrating gaze upon you. Good day. Let's get this out of the way, stranger. Here in Grainhold, we like peace and order. If that doesn't tickle your fancy, you'd best start packing. I need a drink. And who might you be? I'm Mendog, the bailiff. Well, sir, peace and order are exactly what I'm looking for. Good, may I ask your name? Certainly, I'm Father Old Man Alchemist, a priest of the dragon. Don't be a menace, old man alchemist, and we'll get along fine. What's the deal with these two? If you're that interested, those fellas over there are waiting to be hanged for murder. Who did they murder? Well, allegedly, it was them. The victim was Feynman, farmhand to our late headman's widow, a good lad, if a bit of a daydreamer. Shakes his head. He sure didn't deserve such a brutal send-off. You say allegedly, meaning you're not certain these men are the culprits? Nods. The evidence is questionable at best. Damn, dude, come on now. But it's all I've got. It's hard to conduct a proper investigation with so few hands on deck. Who are your witnesses? One's a local, the other's an out-of-towner, both of them sketchy as Feck's beards. And who are the accused? A traveling musician styles himself Eris of Troubadour, and a barbarian named Kadarin. Hey, maybe I could help you figure this out. You thinks it over before waving vaguely. Whatever, no harm in trying. Indeed, but not for free. I have a few coins stashed away for special occasions. Give me something useful and they'll be yours. All right, I don't think that's the best idea, but hey, give it a whirl. Despite what the town folks like to yatter, I'm not the one to hang people on flimsy proof. Our first witness is Ozka. He lives close to the North Gate. Ozka swears he spotted the barbarian Kadarin leaving the village with Feynman at noon on the same day the lad was gutted. The second is Strahd, the minstrel. He's holed up in the inn. He gave Eris the troubadour hat. He gave me Eris the troubadour's hat. That's the second suspect. It had blood on it, and Eris was also out all day when the murder went down. Nod, but don't say a word. You still here? If you decided to help, talk to Ozka and Strads. It makes sense to question the other villagers too. I heard you need help dealing with a gang that's been causing grief. You heard correct. Do you want the contract or what? Say the word and I'll give you all the details. How much does it pay? The price for the bandit leader's head is 250 dinars. That's going to be a good fight. Sounds reasonable. I've had my eye on Merla, the bed's weaver's head ever since that scoundrel and his band of misfits started robbing people around Grainhold. Darn bandits scatter like crows the moment they catch sight of my lads, and I don't have the numbers to pin them down. But since Merla and his crew mostly target foreigners, lone travelers and small groups, you might have a chance of finally tracking them down. What can you tell me about this Merla the bed's werver? Merla used to peddle fake gemstones by the docks in Swordhaven until the patrician guard caught wind of his misdeeds and decided to cut off his hands as punishment. Wow. The bugger lit out before they could nab him and drifted to the wilderness near Grainhold. Right quick, he got himself a new gang, and a new gig. Bully ragging innocent pilgrims on the high road. The party has gained 13. I got it. The task is cruel but necessary. All right, search outside the village for their trail. They have to be somewhere in the vicinity. Okay, I was attacked by a gang of slayers not far from this village. You relate your encounter with the police of convict hunters and their mask. leader. Posse of convict hunters and the masked leader. The bailiff frowns as you describe the unpleasant experience. I've heard about those rogues. They waylay people in the wilderness, mainly foreigners and barbarians. Folks say they've got connections in Swordhaven. Regardless, I've only got 8 people, and they're just local farm lads. There's no way we could tackle a gang of hard asses like them. Don't forget to present them with the official indulgence. Keep your thoughts to yourself. This land's thick with brigands, ill-natured drunks, and reprobates of every type, and all I have is a handful of village boys with clubs and mean dispositions. I'm sorry. Since you're the bailiff, could you answer a few questions for me? I appreciate your curiosity, but some matters are best left unspoken. Shrug and walk away. Okay.
Fine, I'll do it.
Oh, we got a shovel. Yowza, yowza, yowza. We got a chest, too.
Locked.
Is this gonna tell me it can't open?
Could have done it with my eyes closed.
Okay. It's about time for me to load some of these goods to my compadres. Let's see. Yeah. I'll carry that stuff. Okay. All right, let us continue looking. There's nothing over there.
Okay.
It's over here. Oh, the house. Didn't I go in here? No, I didn't. Oh, that says provisions. Thank you. Man, there's nothing here to...
Gonna see what's out there.
You can't cook or anything. Let's see. This guy, isn't he martial? Is his bladed weapon, axes, and blunt is 44? Didn't I see a rusty... thingamabob? Well, let's get some fly honey meat. That pork lad, well, we can sell, well, no, we can't sell it because it's stolen.
Ask someone else.
Okay. Weapon damage. Okay, who does the most with the axe 67? And this guy is 49, so you're getting that, buddy. Axe isn't, no, this is a bladed weapon, isn't it? 26. Spears and halberds, that's what 32. I don't this guy is... Well, I thought that this would be a good thing for him. But that's not the case. Alright, let's go. Hopefully I don't get searched. Let's go ahead and save. Alright, we're coming up on an hour. But our goal is to get done with all of Grainhold today, or talking to everybody here. That's what we want to do for Grainhold. Meet all the good people. Okay, this is the that's the inn. We've already been in there. I think I saw a picnic basket over here somewhere. Short handle. Medium handle. And a picnic basket. Okay. Alright, we're making good progress. We just about got this whole part of the town done. There's something up over here that we haven't gotten yet, but we'll come back over to there. Let's get this section done. We definitely don't want to touch the mud pies, folks. That was such a horrific experience. I mean, just, oh, there's a cooking pot. Don't tell me you don't have a fucking, holy shit. Where do you get, woman? Okay. A melange of aromas, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme pokes you in the nose as you approach the peasant woman. Hail, newcomer. May I interest you in my high-quality remedies and poultices? Where can one learn the herbalist art? Experience is the best teacher. My mother, a sorceress, taught me to identify different herbs. Your best bet would be to find someone who does it for a living, someone like me. The stars have spoken. I can teach you some of what I know, but not for free, I'm afraid. No. A toll must be paid. 36 dinars. What say you, O plentiful apprentice of mine? 36, why that exact amount? Because it's 12 plus 12 plus 12. You know what I mean. Okay. Well, here's 36 dinars. Thank you. Please take a seat and open your mind for learning. Well, I think she just absorbed as much knowledge. Success. Okay. Over the next hour, you soak up new information like a scholarly sponge. The art of harvesting and preparing herbs is not simple, and some hands-on experimentation would be helpful. But it's nothing your finely tuned mind can't handle. In the end, you decide the 36 dinars were a solid investment. Old man alchemist gained 5 points in medicine. 29. Fascinating. Okay. What do you know about Phaemon's murder? You don't have to believe it, but the birds told me he wasn't killed by a man at all, but by, I don't know, something else entirely. Huh? Well, then, what do you think about a small discount for a humble traveler? I want to ask you. Thanks. Now show me your wares. Okay, she has a mortar and pestle, and I'm just about broke, but I gotta sell some stuff to her. She's only got one, of all things. But we're not getting ready to go out. Does she have bandages? Yes. And I need 3 bandages. That's the first thing. But again, we'll come back to her. What do you think about a small discount show? Nope. Take out the old statuette? Nope. I wanted to ask you some questions. Sure. What do you think about a small? Then I'll follow your advice and go exploring. If you wish to have your question answered, look no further than the wisdom of Zema, Mother Nature, which surrounds you on all sides. While words can be pretty, true knowledge comes from observation and experience, Nestling. Okay. Let's finish looking around her place. What she's got around here? There's gotta be some. There's a picnic basket. Oh, good. I got a bandage. And look at that. We got some plants. Well, she is a herbalist, so she's supposed to have that. Alright, let's see what's inside. Should be a cooking station. And we got a book. Let's read it. Hey there, tired of being fatigued all the time but lacking the funds for a hearty meal and a good night's sleep? Well, I've got just the thing for you. This miracle remedy, Fatigue Be Gone, stylized as Fatigue Be Gone for branding purposes, will gather all your bodily resources and make you feel as if you'd slept 12 hours on the best bedroll in town. Is it harmful? Probably, but that's a problem for future you. While the right here, right now you will enjoy a massive burst of energy and well-being. Sounds like a deal? You sure? I mean, it's a future you's funeral. Alrighty then, in that case. The pamphlet ends with a simple recipe you memorize for future use. I don't know if I want to use that. Well, I think that's going to be a good staff, so... no, it's just... Can I drop it? Yeah. Okay. No sense in burdening ourselves with all of that. It's not easy to, I don't know how I'm going to be able to sell it anyway. It's got that red mark on it. Somebody's going to say, hey, thief. Okay, angry peasant. The shabby-looking fellow stares oddly at you as if you owe him money. Damn, boy. You outlanders are nothing but a pain in my backside. A whole mess of barbarian-loving, lazy fop dawdlers, every last one of you. Shrug. Very well, I can see that I'm not wanted. Stoically endure the verbal assault. Darn barbarians and them northern traders. They's out to kill us. I've heard the rumors. I know what's up. What kind of rumors did you hear? That's how I can tell you're not from around here. Everybody knows the northern barons are itching to start a ruckus with the high Waddalot of Swordhaven, dragonless dastards that they are. And just like that, and just like they was pals or something, them white-livered savages are also gathering an army out west. Sinister times are upon us. It's right there for anyone who cares to look. What do you think is behind all this conflict and strife? The barbarians are just evil, duh. As for the lords are quarreling, as for why the lords are quarreling, that ain't for a peasant to know. But no matter what, I guarantee we're going to get a beating. You mentioned something about barbarian-loving outlanders passing through the village. Just a couple of days ago, a whole gangs of crazies passed right through Grainhold. And where do you think they was aiming to go? Some kind of magical city up in the mountains where normal folks and barbarians, highborn and lowborn, all live together like some fairy tale. Bah. Or take those blighters who set up camp outside the village. They welcome all sorts of lowlifes. I just can't figure why the bailiff don't round them up and get to hanging. A city in the mountains, tell me more. That's all I know, but I reckon it's some kind of trap. I bet them Night Army fellas lure gullible fools and swipe their stuff far away from any law to help. And what about the camp outside the village? Bandits and crooks all huddled up together. I heard their goons bring all sorts of weird gear to the village. Singing stones, shiny crystals, golden eggs. Oh, I got a new level. Good people ain't meant to fiddle with such vileness. Got it, let's change the subject. What do you know about Feynman's murder? That no-good barbarian did it. I saw him dragging poor Feynman straight out of town. Tried to stop him. But by the time I fetched my axe, they were already gone. I hope they hang him by the short rope so he can dance a little jig before the abyss takes him. When did that happen? I can't rightly recall. Was it nighttime? Frowns. Nah, it was during the day. Yeah, the sun was up high for sure. Did the barbarian force Feynman to go with it, or did he go willingly? I reckon old Feynman was forced, or wait, was he? Sorry, memory's all foggy. I don't know, something about this doesn't feel right, departing. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions now. Too bad, cause that murdering silver fox is gonna hang. Leave. Okay, so Ozka ain't right. Okay, let's get that potion. Now talk to Mama. This old woman is looking out at the dusty village roads, seemingly oblivious to the world around her. What do you know about Feynman's murder? She doesn't respond. Either she doesn't want to discuss it or doesn't hear you at all, or perhaps it's both. I'm new to Grainhold. Could I ask you a couple of questions about the village? She releases a single drawn-out sigh, more like a wheeze really, and that's it. Make a holy sign and walk away. Okay, yeah, she ain't right. Alright, let's get that rope. And now we're going to go inside his house. See what we can pick up, if anything. We'll take the sharpened stick. And can we open that?
I can't believe I failed.
One more try.
There you go.
Oh. Okay. Pork lag. No, I am over encumbered. Alright. You gotta start carrying some stuff, buddy. Actually, we need to go back to the inn and drop stuff off in our chest is what we really need to do. Alright, where are we? Let's just come in here. Anything in here? No. Something back here. There's a club. There's a chest.
Locked.
Again, it's locked.
There's no cracking
Don't have
this
the
one.
skill for that. Okay. A hard-working fellow, great. Okay. He always makes me help. Ma always makes me help her spin wool, but I'd rather be gathering herbs and mushrooms like our herbalist. Okay, wayfarer. Oh, great, another bleeding foreigner. Okay. Well, I kind of want to come down here and just finish clearing this area. Then we can mosey over to the inn and get this side done. We still have quite a few people to talk to, some kids and whatnot, but
Nice.
did I talk to her already? I think so. Yep, I sure did. Deputy Hermit. Oh, I must have already talked to him. What do you know about Feynman's murder? If we'd been more vigilant, it would never have happened, but how can just the 8 of us protect a village the size of Grainhold? There's 3 guards in town and 5 patrolling the area. I think I'll be on my way. Okay. That little damn kid is just moving left and like a little bullet. Where'd that little shit go? There he is. Alright, let's go in here and talk to him. He squeezes the haft of his axe tightly. Thought you'd sneak up on old Noki. Eh? Fat chance. You're not one of them, right? Hold on. Them. Yeah, them. Hairy legs. Hairy legs? Yeah. And I'm not talking about just an old pair of hairy legs. No, I'm talking about the hairy legs. Well, I'm not one of them, whatever they are. That's good, actually. You look nothing like those fiends, but one can never be too careful. Right, speaking of legs, I saw a giant footprint in the fields outside town. Do you know anything about that? Dragons, lambskin, yes. It's those awful wild beasts. They're out to get me, just like they did my pa and my daughter Nessa. What are these beasts you speak of? The hairy legs, of course, despicable monsters. My grandfather crossed their low-down, stinking selves, and now they've launched a vendetta against our family. What did they do to your father? I was but a wee tot when my pa disappeared while riding his cart down Cutthroat Trail. Some said he'd been waylaid by robbers, others that he ran away with some Swordhaven doxy. But I know the truth. The beastmen took him. And what did they do to your daughter? Tears well up in the man's eye. My poor culver Nessa was snatched from my own field where I suspect she was waiting on a date with a barbarian lad she fancied. And to think I forbade them seeing each other. Now, I'd even bless them to marry, so long as my girl would return back alive and safe. What does that have to do with your grandfather? My grandfather was a conscript in the Third Barbarian War, waged in the lands beyond the western mountains. One stormy night, while he took shelter in a cave, one of the hairy legs decided to attack him. With a swipe of his trusty sword, my old granddad beheaded the demon, snicker-snack. But standing over the steaming corpse, he saw that his enemy traveled with 2 tiny cubs. Crying in fear, much as a human babe would, my grandfather was moved to spare the beasties. To our misfortune, for those 2 hairy legs, later swore everlasting vengeance on his descendants. Where did you hear that tale? Ma told it to me after those hairy vermin took Pa from us. Continued to regard him, saying nothing. Believe it or not, you're the first person who didn't call me crazy outright, so could you perhaps help me out? Well, sure, but only if I get paid. I can scrounge something up for you for sure if you agree to help me. Let's see. It turns out, oh, very well. What do you need me to do? Thank you. The only things keeping my house safe from creatures are the blessed amulets I bought from Uzer Brigand barbarian shaman. Yet, when I begged the bailiff to purchase those things for the whole village, he brushed me off as though I were a nit. You must convince him that the menace is real, that Uzagin's magical amulets are our only chance of defending ourselves. The bailiff's house is over there, points the way. Help me and I'll pay you whatever I can. Why does the whole village need protective charms if the hairy legs are only after your family? I am protected so for the time being that they can't get me, but what's stopping them vengeful bastards from terrorizing the other villages just to spite me? I've already lost everything I loved. I don't want the same fate to befall my neighbors. What can you tell me about the shaman? That fellow is a blessing and not even a disguise. When he heard I'd barricaded my home against a hairy leg threat, he offered his warding magics for nothing except a small portion of my harvest. Milky points to the bamboo wind chime weighted with tiny pouch hanging from the entrance of his abode. I've been recharging these amulets with bits of blessed bog iron and holy salt since then, and lo, no hairy leg has dared to set his many foot inside my home. Guess he's talking about spiders. If only I'd met Urzik sooner, I'd have made Nessa carry one of his charms with her, but, got it. Good, I've never expected anything else. Now, off you go. What do you know about Feynman's murder? I'm telling you, some dark force is behind that boy's murder. No man is that evil. Alright, I guess some are, but I still think it was a demon. I'm answering, what do you want to know? Sort of general Grainhold knowledge or maybe some local gossip? Well, bollocks to that, because I've got more important things on my mind. Okay. Let's get these empty bottles. And let's see what's inside. We got provisions again. And wow, what is this? Bog iron. Okay, we're taking all of that. Sorry, old boy. You got goodies, man. We want goodies. That's just all to it.
Fine, I'll do it.
Let's get some hogs, man. Okay. We can't open that, that's right. Alright, where are we? Okay, we've got to go down around that way and come up. But right now, we want to come to the inn, which is right here. And drop off some loot. And we're at an hour and 20 minutes. No, I did not remember to turn on the timer. I changed to OBS. I had been using just NVIDIA, and while it worked fine, fur hat, knockdown resistance 10. You know, that might be good for you, buddy. What are these? Crown horn whistle. Considered stolen for 2 days. Yeah, I'll keep that. So, that means after 2 days it's not stolen. It's inside my chest. I don't have to worry about being caught with it. I don't think anybody can go through your chest. And if that's the case, we are doing good. Yeah. Got some mushrooms. What is this? Mud pig draft, dodge chance. Well, you know, we kind of want that. That's some effect. Let's see. This item's important. Better not lose it. Okay, now you, let's, I don't think this is any good for anything. I mean, more than what he's got. Okay. And this guy. Everything that's stolen. There's no sense in keeping it on our person. That's like walking around with your, you know, thingamabob. Okay. Jeez. I mean, these guys are damn near dead. We definitely have to, make some stuff. But they can keep on trekking forward until we... did I put the provisions away? No. Okay. Which way? Which way? Which way? Where am I? Back there. Actually, you want to come out the other side, I think. Well, no. Let's go up here, talk to these two.
Can you see what's out there?
Those are those two guys in the cage, I think. Yep, that's exactly who they are. Okay. Oh. This fellow's clearly dressed to impress the local dirt farmers. Now his garb looks stabbing. I saw you talking to the bear. Please me, tell me there's still hope. Don't reply. Run, take your leave. Okay, doggy don't want us talking to them right now. Where are we going? Turn left, I guess. Yeah. Is there no signpost here? That is so weird. Okay, well, we did go over that way.
Nice.
I'm not sure what's over here. Did I come over this way? I must have. Where am I? Oh, I'm over here. I want to come over this way. Get back inside. Yeah, I got one more guy over here I need to talk to. Cares if the dog gets upset. I need to have his name so he's... Kedran, meet your eyes. Nothing. Don't worry. Stay in line, walk away. Okay. The dog's just gonna sit there going crazy for nothing. Okay. Come out and turn right. You look like you travel a lot. I want to travel too. But I'd have to leave Mama all alone now that Dad and Faimon are gone. Okay. Jeez. Why am I always heading the wrong direction here?
Do it.
That can't be it. Something right? I don't think so. Oh. You can't get back there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I can't get back over that way. A little bit more. I hate it when you can't get into the, yeah. That's where I'm at. Wow, that is one hell of a pile of manure. Oh, that's the best you're gonna do right there, my friend. Right, who else do we have? Looks like we got most of the people. This is the end of everything. So we want to come down Bear's house. Let's come down over this way.
Gonna see what's out there.
Okay. The dragon is kind to those who are kind to others. Deputy migrant. Let's save again. Quite a lot. Okay, let's just take a look around first.
I'm on it.
Mrs. Renner's son is so dreamy. Blushes furiously when she notices you. Oh, sorry, mister, I didn't see you. Okay. Yeah, we're doing good, woman. Lot's wife, this woman is in the midst of some difficult but necessary moil, yet her thoughts are clearly elsewhere. Finally notice you. Oh, hello. Need a drink. Okay. What ails you, good woman? You may confide in me as a... Let's do this first. It was an evil, senseless deed. Every day my husband prays that his soul will join the dragon. What ails you, good woman? Failure. 'Tis nothing. Please don't trouble yourself. 56. Okay, I'm sure it's not as bad as you think. If you need any help, I'm here for you. Success. Truly, 'tis nothing. Just a troubling dream I had the other night. I can't seem to put it out of my mind. What was the dream? It's hard to explain properly. Do you really want to waste your time hearing about it? Sure, go ahead. As you wish. It was a warm night in my dream, much as it was in real life. But while the real me snoozed quietly in her bed, Dream Me took a walk down to the riverbank. It was, I think, a gentle humming that lured me out there among the reeds, a mournful melody like I'd never heard in waking life. Listen on. The river was as still as the surface of a polished mirror, but beneath the water, my reflection was staring up at me. Right away, I knew this was the source of the croning that had drawn me out there. Let her speak. I talked to my other half, and she talked back. She asked me to switch places with her for a short while. And it looked so cold and miserable down there. How could I watch my own reflection suffer? Arch one brow. I agreed. My reflection smile reached up out the water and grabbed me by the shoulders. But just as I was being dragged down into the murk, I awoke in my bed. It wasn't until then that the fear came, an icy, creeping fear. Though in the dream everything seemed perfectly normal, what could it have meant, I wonder? It means you're too trusting. Be careful that people don't take advantage of your kind. Shrug. Nothing at all, I guess. What could it have meant? Well, no. You don't think things through. You really think so? I've never thought myself naive, but perhaps that's all what all naive folks think. Thank you for the advice. I can't help but notice that your hair is wet. Really? Makes her fingers through her damp hair. Huh? You're right. Guess it rained earlier today. I wanted to ask you a couple more questions. I've spent enough time and more talking about dreams and nonsense. It's time I go back to work. At least introduce yourself. I'm Beirut, daughter of Leon and Vlicheko. My father used to be Clan Reacher's White Lot. Then I'll leave you to your chores.
Nice and smooth.
Sometimes this thing gets so... Come here, kid. Hello, mister. Did you come to see my parents? Well, kinda, kid. You know? Kinda. Incense pouch. Do not touch the mud pies, people. Do not touch the mud pies. They are horrible, horrible things that you should never subject yourself to. I thought there was something over here. Here. Foreign book. There's a draw knife. And foreign book. Okay, let's read the book. A book written in a foreign language which you unfortunately cannot read, but you can always sell it. Okay. I'm not taking their pistol basket and stuff. I'm just seeing what's...
It's locked.
I probably can't open it.
This thing's impossible.
Nope, sure can't. Okay. Alright. Let's go over here and go in here. This is probably the storeroom.
Gonna see what's out there.
Yeah, this is their storeroom. Wow. Okay, I don't want that. It's just some wood. I mean, these people ain't doing too good. Alright, let's talk to this guy. We're at an hour 38 now. Judging by the robes, this middle-aged man must be the Grainhold's Wadelot. You catch him with his hands clasped loosely before him in an attitude of peaceful reflection. He looks up at you, inclines his head and smiles warmly. Oh, hello, my child. I am Valdis, Wadelot of Grainhold. Since you are not one of my flock, you must be a traveler. Welcome to our humble village. And greetings to you. I myself am Wadelot, brother Old Man Alchemist. Praise the dragon I have arrived here safely after much travail. The Wadelot, good humor smile stretches into a broad grin. Those who preach his word are very welcome indeed, brother. Some progress is being made, but there are too few of us in this dragonless land. What do you know about Feynman's murder? I know that it's nothing short of a tragedy. I've kept his name in my prayers every single day since the incident. Let's hope the dragon will be merciful and release his soul from its suffering and the cycle of rebirth. I spoke with your wife, and she seems like a lovely woman. There's something off about her. Oh, don't be ridiculous. I'm done discussing this matter with you, whatever it was. Okay. Well, there is something off about him. He's busy praying for your betterment while we bear this mortal coil. If it's something important or relevant to my duties, feel free to continue. Otherwise, you must excuse me. I could have just said no. Okay. Let's go in, take a look around.
Nice and smooth.
Provisions. Thank you. Thank you for the donation, Father. Okay, what more do we have? Looks like we've done most of Grainhold. There's some stuff over here. Probably coming down around this way that we haven't done. So let's go out and turn to the right. Or is it the left?
Uh-huh.
Let's go ahead and drink. I'm not thirsty right now. Of course not. Okay. Where do I want to go? The woman gives you a docile nod, but more from habit than anything else. Her worried frown remains unchanged. What ails you? Success. It's my husband, the local ferryman. It somehow entered into his thick skull that the town owes him coin, a lot of coin. Now he's outright refusing to ferry anyone or anything across this Tumsa until he gets paid. I'm worried the townsfolk will start going to other competitors or heavens to Dragon. The bailiff will send his men around to knock some sense into him. What do we do then? Who owes him money exactly? I don't know, and I don't rightly care. Stares past you at nothing. I'm always telling him to act a bit more cordial with our neighbors. Everything we've got depends on their goodwill, after all. In that case, what can you tell me about your husband? Wustus is a real piece of work, I tell you that much. He always was a bench whistler, that one, but at least he bought in some good coin to feed our family. Now his pride's put us one step away from beggary. It seems we have a problem. Yeah. Don't fret, good woman, I'll talk to him. Well, I suppose it don't cost nothing to try. What do you know about Feynman's murder? My heart breaks when I think on the little guy's end. The monster who killed him is truly a servant of the Dark Three. At least tell me your name. Why would I do that? Shrug and leave her. Damn, bitch. Ferryman's wife. So she's just known as the ferryman's wife? I guess so. You kind of uncooperative and mean. I need that warm bottle. And I'm going to save. And now, let's see.
Give me one more try.
Uh-oh. Amethyst. Okay. I don't know who I can sell the amethyst to. I mean, the stuff looks nice, but it never sells for anything.
I'll do it.
Okay, child. Pop yell at each other sometimes, shrugs and gives you a Daptoo smile, but that's just when being an ad-hold is like, you know that? Travel to the big road, travel to the main gates, walk away.
Okay. Locked.
Come on, baby.
I could have done it with my eyes closed.
There we go. Okay. Let's see, what has this guy got to say? ferryman. The tubby fellow is sat slumped, pondering the greasy paunch resting between his legs as if it had disappointed him somehow. From his proximity to the ferry boat, it seems reasonable to assume he's the ferryman. Leave him for now. And dialogue. Let's save. And now let's see if we can get him to say, hello. The man blinks once slowly, having just noticed your presence, huh? I take it you're the ferryman. Aye, name's Wustus. Wustus the ferryman. Well, Wustus. Good to meet you, Father. I'm a dragon-faring man myself. So how much is passage to Swordhaven, child? Could be a handful of precious gems, or it could cost a pebble. It makes no matter to you, 'cause the boat ain't going nowhere. Why not? Are you in need of repairs? There's nothing wrong with my boat, nor with me, that 300 gold coins won't fix. That's what the Fex drafted Wildlot owes me, and until I am paid, I'm not shifting from this spot right here. Wow. Except to sleep, of course, and for the occasional snack, and I like to poke my nose in at the tavern from time to time. Keep up on the local news, but otherwise right here. 300? How could one man run up a fare like that? After the last rainy season, Grainhold suffered a massive flood. People were forced out of their homes, food spoiled, children lost. 'Twas a disaster. The village needed help and fast, so who did Wadelot Vladilus come crawling to? Old reliable Wustus, naturally. You'd better watch your tongue when speaking about religious authorities. Boatsman. Sorry, I'm trying, but that man practically conned me. What did the Wadelot ask of you? Oh, not much. 'Twas hardly a bother at all. Only to sail down the river and back 5 times a day, 7 days a week, like some dragonard fish, fetching supplies for construction labor to help, food and medicine. And who do you think paid for it all? Me, by Ormy's fat teats. And if my house wasn't flooded, as if my house wasn't flooded. What does Grainhold's Wadelot have to do with this? Isn't the headman's job to manage the village? Well, Father, our headman went to join the dragon about a year past, and Valdis took his place. Temporarily, it was supposed to be, but here we are. You with no way to across to Tumsa, and I condemned to penury. My child, matters of faith require me to get to Swordhaven. Grainhold must depend heavily on her trade with Swordhaven. Surely the people here won't put up with the interruption for long. Dane, don't deign to answer him. Whatsu gazes at you stupidly. To be fair, that's the way he's been looking at you all along. 56, 30, 28, but there must be some way to convince you. You could always get the Honorable Wadelot to pay his debt, or maybe our miller, Drazenet, would like to chip in. He's my biggest customer, after all. Doesn't fash me one way or another. I'm not moving until that account is settled in full. The temple is somewhere over yonder. You can see its towers, right? Estradre, he lives west down the river. Got it. Talk to you later. Okay.
Gonna see what's out there.
Wow, look at that. Soap. Need that for something we're crafting. And I'm not gonna do any fishing. Alright, what do we have left? Somewhere over here, so you want to come. There was a big fella in the village named Famon. He was fun, and he worked for Miss Renji. But now he's gone for some reason, and no one will tell me what happened to him. I want to be a bailiff's deputy when I grow up. Mama's against it, but she doesn't understand I'd be protecting her and the whole village. Damn, these little bastards just... Never think flooded during the last rainy season. I helped pot of fairy goods back from Swordhaven. Even had to fight off a couple of sea monsters. River monsters. Rats. Okay. Here we go.
I'm on it.
What's down here? Oh my goodness. Hatchet. Bag. Take that. I don't remember speaking to someone named Renji. The woman looks up, raising her hand to shield her eyes from the sun. Is there something you want to talk about? What do you know about Fineman's murder? Not much, but enough to put one's hair up. Fineman was a farmhand for our family for quite some time, even back before my husband went to meet the dragon. Stared, nervously massaging her neck on one side. He was an odd one, but certainly didn't deserve such a grisly end. And what if it was my son in his place? No, it's best not to think about such things. Anything else you can tell me? I don't think so, sorry. The day he perished was like any other, no dark omen of what was to come. So you're having trouble with your kid? Success, yes. But it's nothing that can be helped. I sent the ragamuffin to fetch me a load of firewood, but he must be running around with his friends again. Maybe some cold porridge for supper will teach him a little consideration. You want me to teach the little bugger to obey? I'm not known as someone who fixes problems. Wolves, bandits, unruly little scamps. I'm raising him to take over the farm when I grow old, not to be some skirt-chasing vagabond. No offense meant. And yet I may chase skirts and none taken. Good, I mean it's clear as creek water that you're an adventurer, and I respect that, but other folks in these parts are wary of your kind. Excuse me, Father, I didn't know. Cost to cover up the awkwardness. Let us talk about something else if you don't mind. Not really, fair. Okay, goodbye.
Nice and smooth.
I guess we're going in here. You know, all these people have, yeah, I'm taking all that. And I don't know if we can get that or not. Oh, yes, sweetie. We're taking all of that. Save. Okay. I think we're almost done with Grainhold. I was about to say
Fine.
Grainhead.
I'll do it.
Yeah, it looks like we have circumnavigated the town. I don't see any yellow things with dots. These must be travelers. Yeah, wayfarers. So good. We took care of that. The only thing I have to do is, well, when we come back, the next video is going to be, we'll look for a mission to do, but of course, first thing is heal up, make some supplies, sell some stuff, and yada, yada, yada. But guys, if you've been enjoying this playthrough of Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy, let me know by going ahead and hitting that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And also do me a favor, click that like button. It's going to help me out so much with the algorithm, and extend that favor to the other channels you visit. Those likes just really keep the channels alive. And give me some comments. Let me know, what are you thinking about Swordhaven? What are you playing? What are you looking forward to? And what are you going to play over the holidays? This is a big time for people to indulge heavily in gameplay. All right, until next time, this is Old Man Alchemist saying, stay cool and peace.